Hello, everyone. This is Samara Grace Daniels, and this is the Mother Mary Monthly Message. That's 4M's for April of 2021. And today happens to be the new moon. So welcome, welcome, welcome. And tonight, I think we're going to have a little bit of a special touch from Mother Mary because she really wants, if you're ready and if you choose, to let you leave behind whatever no longer serves you and create a space for what you would really, 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 really like to own and have in your being and in your life. I've been channeling Mother Mary for over 20 years now, and it has led me to all of you. And my life is incredibly rich as a result. But she's always really interested in helping you take a look at your perfection and then what's in the way of you living, feeling, and knowing your own perfection. And so she may talk a little bit tonight about whatever happened to you as a child or in your growing up years that created a kind of false story, a false narrative about how you weren't good enough, you weren't worthy, you didn't have the skill set. It's funny, as brilliant as my sister is, she only ran away from home and didn't ever get a high school diploma until she got her GED. So all these years, when she's talking about herself, she says, well, I'm too stupid. And I keep saying to her, she isn't. She's incredibly brilliant and smart in so many ways. But when we have something that we keep telling ourselves, we create the actual field of energy that brings that to us. So she will often do something and then feel stupid about whatever it was. So tonight when Mother Mary comes in, I just invite you to think about if there's anything in your life that is still sort of a negative mantra, something you're saying to yourself or believing about yourself that really isn't true. Because tonight is really all about planting the seeds of your joy and what you would really like to receive in life. And I can tell you from my experience with Mother Mary, she's a magician, but we have to be the ones to say, presto changeo. She's got the wand, but we've got the choice. So as with all things, people continue to pray to Mother Mary and ask her to help. And I think that's wonderful. But if we don't make the changes, if we don't allow ourselves to really step into our own authority and our own power, she's not in the physical world. Well, you'll see in a moment, she's arguing with me, really? But we're in the physical world, we're in the 3D world. So if we want change, if we want to see something shift, it's up to us to find out where's the programming corrupted. Let's take that file and ditch it and create a new, streamlined, positive program for ourselves. So without further ado, it looks like the people who are here tonight have joined us. And so I'm going to just take a moment and bring in Mother Mary and see what she has to say. Well, hello, darlings. Hello, hello, hello. I think what I want to give you tonight is a word that you might not always associate with your life. And that word is luscious. Luscious. And if I said to you right now, do you feel and believe and experience a luscious life? You might think to yourself, in moments, sometimes a little bit. What I want to say to you is when you have lined up all of your chakras, when you have lined up your intelligence, when you've lined up your heart and your mind and your body to one idea, love, light, I am love, I am light, and my life is luscious. Now, for each and every person, that might look a little bit differently. But the design that is in you, the template, the beautiful, extraordinary matrix of light, if you will, is luscious, is full of love, is full of light, is full of joy, is full of well-being. So then you might say, well, wait a minute, Mother Mary, we have a global pandemic, we have people dying of cancer, we have people starving to death. How can you say that you're designed to be luscious? I'm not saying everyone's choosing that. I'm saying everyone has that choice. And you might say, well, what if someone doesn't have their own house and they're foraging for food and this and that? Every time you raise a but, every time you raise an objection, you give force to that field of experience. If you've never read Viktor Frankl's book about being in a concentration camp, I urge you to do it. You might think, oh, that's too horrifying. Of course it was horrifying. But how he maintained his well-being, how he continued to think of his own body and being as sacrosanct. That's an extraordinary practice if you're in a concentration camp. Nelson Mandela did it in jail. There's lots and lots of examples like that. And we don't want you to have such extreme and extraordinary challenges. And most of you don't. But it is in your mind, in your thought about yourself, that you then build a field of energy that creates the world outside. So rather than reacting to what's outside and having to always adjust yourself, mastery is really all about recognizing and acknowledging, I am part of the light of God. I am part of the love of God. And therefore, there's a perfection in me that, like creating a diamond from that lump of coal, I am going to continue to work and provide the incentives to live that luscious life. So it's sort of like most human beings have it backwards. They look out there, out at life, and try to figure out how to respond to what is already occurring. And that's not going to create, for the most part, the life you're meant to have, the life you're meant to live, because that's in your blueprint, it's in your divine matrix. So rather than playing dodgeball with all of the challenges of life, the real essence of change, the real essence of, some people call it enlightenment, but what is that? Putting light inside, but the light's already there. So how do you move outside of the barricade? How do you sort of just dismantle this recognition of something that's really not there at all? And tonight there's a very special sort of energetic opportunity, since it is the new moon. And the energetic opportunity, and it's funny, I interrupted Samara in one of her previous calls today and told the people on that call a little bit about this, but I'll tell you even more. Inside you, there are still memories which create thoughts, which create patterns, which you then repeat, that no longer serve you. Experiences where you felt stupid, experiences where you felt betrayed, experiences where you felt less than. All right. So tonight, if you want to, if it feels right to you, write out, take a biggest piece of paper as you need and write out, this is what I choose to have be gone, be gone. And so it might be a memory of some loss. It might be a memory of something you did that you regret. Doesn't matter. And make it as long as you like or as short as you like. And when you get to a certain point, you say, and everything else that no longer serves me. So you kind of like blanket coverage. And now you have to really allow the intention to be stronger than a but. Oh, if I do this, will someone not like me? Will this, what if it doesn't, blah, 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 blah. You have to sort of, Metatron always talks about taking off your butt hat. Oh, I would do that, but I could, but. So what you have to do after you have your list is really summon that inner, beautiful, innocent, loving child of God. And you take your list outside and you have something to burn it that's safe for you and for the environment. And you say your intention. I now choose to let all of this be gone forever. And you light it. You watch it burn. And if you cry or laugh or get angry, whatever, that's all fine. What you're doing is sort of a spiritual colonic, if you'll pardon the expression, a little more pleasant. So it's really letting all of that go. And then you look up at the moon or the sky or the stars and you say, thank you. Thank you for supporting me in now creating my life of love, my life of joy, my luscious life. So now you come inside, or perhaps you continue to sit outside, and you begin to dream. You dare to dream. What is my luscious life? Who's with me? Where am I living? Where am I traveling? What am I doing? And always it's about living the light and the love that you are. The world will continue to jostle you as long as you let it. But when you create this kind of integrity and sovereignty of being, what happens then is the ping pong balls still are going back and forth, but you're not playing the game. You're not playing that game. And you're summoning compassion and clarity and creativity to be with your friends, your family, your neighbors, whoever you want to be with. But you're not sinking into the swamp with them. You're offering them, sort of, you've seen how they lay out the boards to get you out of the swamp. That's how you're operating. So you're in the world as an agent of love. But all the while, the connection that is most paramount is your connection to God, to spirit, however you see that, however you feel that. Because there, what's happening is you are always receiving the highest frequencies of support and love and light. And you're filling yourself. And then you're acting from that place of fullness and fulfillment. And therefore, whatever it is that you're now involved in or offering, the cup is full already. The fountain is flowing already. And so you're not trying to get from the world. You're offering into the world because your source is here for you to give out. And I know that sounds so simple and perhaps contradictory, but it's not. It's not. All of the well-being is here for you, but it comes here, not from the world. It comes here and you offer it out. So there are many things ahead. And this practice, and you might have to do it more than once. I would love it to be just once, but don't worry about it. What this practice does is it anchors in an understanding that the source of your well-being, it is within, connected to the source of all. And now when you come into the world, as I said, your cup is full and easy to offer. And so the alleviation of your suffering, trying to reach and grab and get from the world, is over. The world cannot sustain you or fulfill you. Only this can. However, the interesting thing is that once you feel this, and now you're with your animals, you're with your children or grandchildren, you're with your friends and neighbors, you're helping a sick friend, you are receiving from the universal aspect of love. So yes, they may give you a kiss or a hug, and that's lovely, but you're in the field of well-being that you have brought and invited them to share with you. So what I want for all of you is this extraction, to extract yourself from the dramatic tumblings of the current world and come into your own peace and well-being, because then you can help the world, but not without this. We don't want you to suffer. We don't want you to be overtired. We don't want you to give till you're exhausted. What we want for you is to plug in to the joy of God, to let it be your joy, and then to let it move out in whatever ways are fulfilling and joyous for you. So then I hear the little rumblings out there, but Mother Mary, what about economics? What about my money or this or that? You cannot serve two masters. And the irony is, if you're connected and living your life of love, everything that you need comes to you. Everything. So when you try to get money out here, it often just dissipates, and the best people don't always have money, and blah, 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 blah. But the secret is very, very simple. However much money is for you to have, you will have. And it may come in a variety of ways. But the bottom line, a luscious life means you are joyful, you are at peace, and you are connected to love. As this continuing saga goes on in the world, what it's teaching, if you pull yourself back from it for a moment like a scientist or an astronaut and look at it, what it's teaching us is that you cannot create a world based on domination and subjugation, where some people have lots and lots of money and others are without, and expect that to work. It won't. So by moving into sort of the field of the heart, what happens then is that, yes, you will have money that is for you to have, whatever that is. But it won't be at someone else's expense. And as that becomes the norm, as that moves into the world that has been built on domination, that will topple. It's already toppling. Not everyone's gotten the memo, but it's already toppling. Does that mean there won't be money, there won't be a stock market? No, that isn't what it means. What it means is that you've all gotten to see the pain and suffering of this illness that has captivated the world, that no one seemingly knew what to do about. And the underlying energy, not the cause, but the underlying energy is neglect and greed. So what I'm offering to you today is something that I think most of you already know, that when you move into greed, it is always going to be not enough. You have billionaires in the world, and it's not enough. That's ridiculous. So it's a paradigm that creates a kind of extraordinary grasping, which is endless and suffering. So we need a new paradigm. I fill myself and I offer to you whatever is right. Because what I know is that there is a balance and an equity that comes into being when we begin to care about each other and about the environment and about our beautiful animals and all of it. So if we could just think for a moment of flipping the world, where the most important currency is kindness and the least important currency is money. How wealthy are you? How much have you got in your life of kindness? And so again, imagine the media and the television and all of that focusing on acts of kindness and compassion and seeing them as the most telling sign of someone's wealth and character. So let's begin at home. Take a look at your life, your wealth, your character. How much kindness have you offered to yourself? How much kindness do you offer to others? And do that. Build up that storehouse. You'll have all the money that you need. But more than that, you will feel the enormous joy of being an agent of love and a bright light in this changing world. So just to review, for those of you that weren't taking notes, it is the new moon. We would like you to make a list, if you choose, no obligation, although the payoff's pretty nice, a list of what you want to have gone. Patterns, memories, beliefs, experiences. Write all out. Go outside safely, say a little prayer, mean it with all your heart, light it up carefully, and watch it burn. And then center yourself and invite, I now choose a luscious life of love. And then dream a little bit and imagine those moments. You've had moments already of that in the past, but imagine them multiplying. That the kinder you are, the more compassionate you are, the more loving you are, the more that is what multiplies in your life. And imagine a world where that is how we teach our children. That's how the world works. So that's my message for all of you tonight. I wanted to keep it short and sweet. And I love you all, but remember, the story begins with you, not out there. You're the author. You're the creator. You're the master of your possibilities. Much love. Namaste.